Hello everyone, this is Sri. Here is the other topic of special subjects. That is the most important topic, the field craft and battlecraft. It is also a vast topic. It consists of written 24 marks and the practical 16 marks. There are 5 subtopics present in the field craft subtopic. So the first is description of the ground, observation and concealment, judging distance, targets, movement with and without arms. Judging distance is very much important, and it is also asked in the practical. The types of grounds are four types: broken ground, flat and open ground, high ground, dead ground. The broken ground is good for cover, flat and open ground is used for the trajectory weapons are used in the open and flat grounds. High grounds and the dead grounds, ground not visible to the observer. Suppose if the observer is here, this is the route to be traveled. This is known as the dead ground, and after this, here is also known as the dead ground. Here we'll discuss one by one. First subtopic is the description of the ground. The grounds are of three types, that is the foreground, middle ground, and the distance ground. The foreground is up to 300 yards, the middle ground is up to 300 to 500 yards, and the distance ground is beyond the 500 yards. If a soldier is here, the visible area is 300 yards. This is the foreground. This will be the middle ground, and this will be the distance ground. Next subtopic is observation and concealment. So personal camouflage. Camouflage is the one which changes its color depending upon the situation and depending upon the environment. And concealment. The concealment used as a covering equipment and an hiding an ascent. The correct use of cover is to look through the cover, not over it. It's to avoid skyline. In buildings, use wall shadows and use rough or dark and irregular backgrounds, avoid regular spacing. These are the correct use of cover. Facts that make object visible. There are different factors which make an object visible while a soldier is trying to attack an enemy. So what are those facts are? Shape, shadow, silk out, surface, spacing, movement, shine, position, contrast, noise, sound, and activity are the facts that make the object visible. So the third subtopic is very important, that is the judging distance. It is asked in the theory as well as practical examination also. So first one is unit of measure or 100 yards method, which measures the 100 yards. Appearance method, it consists of different ranges such as 200, 250, 300, 400, 500 and 600. For 200 yards, the body parts will be visible. For 250 yards, the kneeling man will be visible. And for 300 yards, will recognize as a blurred face. And for 400 yards, it's different to distinguish where is what. And for 500 yards, the upper body will be present. And for 600 yards, head is appeared as a dot. So this is the appearance method. You have to remember for what yards, what is the condition. Next, section average. Each man in the section is asked to judge the distance. So in section average, if there are 10 soldiers are asked to judge the distance, and the average of all the distance is taken as the final distance. It is known as section average. Here the judge to distance of the given object, and then the average is accepted as the judging distance of a long beyond 400 yards. Next, the key range. The key range is used as a reference. It is a range of a certain object is known, and the distance of other object can be found in relation to the known range. So key range is just used as a reference. Knowing the key range, the distance of the other object can be determined. So it is known as a key range method. Halving. In halving, an object is selected halfway between the observer and the target. Halfway between the observer and the target, distance to the selected object is judged. If suppose this is the distance to be selected object, it is doubled, and then the distance we get. So here an object is selected halfway. Here is the observer and here is the target. If the distance of the object and the observer is determined, if you double that, you get the distance of the target. This is known as halving method. Next, bracketing. It works on the maximum and minimum possible distance, and totally it accepts the mean as the distance. For example, if the maximum distance is 1000 yards and the minimum distance is 500 yards, the estimated range will be 750 yards, which is the mean. This is known as the bracketing method. So these are all the 6 methods of the judging distance. In practical, it's not necessary for you to explain in detail, but it's important to explain what are the methods. Like it's a unit of measure or 100 yards, appearance method, section average, key range, halving and bracketing are the methods of judging distance. But for theory, you should remember in detail regarding what is what. So it comes to the topic of overestimated distance and underestimated distance. Due to the overestimated distance, there are many imperfections in the fighting against the army, so it should be avoided. The overestimated distance is done when the light is bad and the sun is in the observer's eye, object in the small in relation to the surrounding, and looking through the narrow lane and lying down. These are all the cases where the distance can be overestimated, and the cases where the distance is underestimated is when the light is bright, sun is behind the observer, and the object is larger in relation to the surroundings, and some dead grounds between the object and the observer, looking up the skill. Here is the fourth subtopic of Feild Craft, that is targets. So method of indicating easy target and method of indicating the difficult target. There will be some methods for indicating the easy targets and some methods for indicating the different targets. The methods of indicating easy target are indication by description, indication by direction, indication by range, and indication of the distance and range. If you remember the word DDR, you can write all this like description, direction, range, and direction and range. These are the methods for indicating easy target, and methods of indicating difficult targets are by direction method, that is through general line of direction, a known reference and another landmark, a reference point method, the clock ray method or hand angles, and the degree method, and finger breadth and handspan method. Based on the fingers alignment, we can know the angles. Like if the finger is like this, it will be the 35 degrees centigrade, and the when fingers are spread over like this, it's 8 degrees in between them, and like this you'll have a 12 degrees of angle, and when the closed fingers are placed, it will be of 19 degrees. These are all the hand angles which are used in indicating the different targets. So movement with and without arms, the final subtopic of the Feild Craft. It is done through 3 ways, that is crawling by day with rifle, crawling by day with the LMG light machine gun, and crawling by night. So crawling by day with the rifle can be done through 4 ways, that is to monkey run, leopard crawl, walk and roll. The crawling by day with LMG can be done through 3 ways like kneel crawl, side crawl, and then leopard crawl. Crawling by night can be done through ghost walk, cat walk, that is when the ground is hard, and kitten crawl and slow walk. These are some of the methods. There are many methods by crawling by light, crawling by day with LMG, and crawling by day with rifle. And next, the points to be remembered while movement are move from cover to cover. If suppose the cover is here and the other cover is here, you have to move from cover to cover. Otherwise, there are many chances that the enemy can attack easily. So the weapons must kept ready to use. The weapons used for the battle should be you checked thoroughly that there should not be any problem at the time of battle. So look carefully around for the enemy. You should look around 360 degrees for the enemy. If shotted, drop and crawl away to side. If there is any firing from the enemy, if there suppose enemy is here, if there is any firing, it's important for you to just sit down and crawl. Always consider the alternative route. You should also have the plan B. This is the meaning of always consider the alternative route and do not disturb the birds. These are all the points to be remembered while the movement. With this, we complete the topic of field craft under the special subjects.